Meet John. He lives in a flood zone and is required to have flood insurance. He pays $1,000 a year for flood insurance, or about $3 per day. Now, meet Sue. Her home is not located in a flood zone. She doesn't realize that homeowners insurance excludes damage caused by flooding, and that this type of coverage has to be purchased separately. There is no major body of water by Sue, and flooding is not typical in her area. She feels at peace, thinking home insurance is enough to protect her home and its contents. After the storm, John's home is severely damaged. He assumes he can quickly rebuild, and his flood insurance will cover the costs. However, John isn't financially prepared to pay the $2,000 deductible, so he is still left with a financial gap to fill. Sue's home took on a lot of water from the storm, and both the structure and contents inside are damaged. Because she doesn't have flood insurance, she won't receive insurance money to cover her losses. It will cost Sue over $50,000 out of pocket to repair her home. Chances are, you're in a living situation similar to either John or Sue. Whether or not you live in a flood zone, you are always at risk. Did you know that since 2005, nearly 30% of flood insurance claims across the country have been paid for damage outside the mandatory flood insurance zone? In some years, this figure has been even higher. For instance, more than 80% of the homes that flooded during Hurricane Harvey were outside the mandatory flood insurance zone. Just like with John and Sue, average but prolonged rainstorms can be just as devastating in terms of the amount of damage they can cause. Don't be like John and Sue. Take action today to protect yourself by purchasing flood insurance and begin saving money to cover deductibles.